Welcome to a new video of accessible technology to enhance inclusion.
Apple devices incorporate a range of support functionalities so that we, people with disabilities, can use the devices. In particular, we're going to find that within Adjust settings, searching for the option called accessibility.
Search alerts, family, airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile service, personal hotspot, notifications, sounds and vibration, focused screen time, control center, general, display and brightness, home screen, accessibility, vision, headings, etc.
Within accessibility, we find a series of functionalities by type of disability. For example, for people who have visual difficulty, we find VoiceOver, which is the screen reader, and as you can see, in this case it is activated. Also, at the end of the list you will find an option in which you can configure the triple click. The triple click is very useful because by pressing 3 times on the device button, you can enable and disable quickly the support functionalities which you must use. Settings. The use of the screen reader is very simple. There are 3 basic gestures which you must learn. On the one hand, with a kind of caress from left to right, you move from icon to icon in the order in which they appear on the screen. Contacts. Now, for example, it said to me contacts clock 12:34 clock time. If I want to go back to the previous icon, I make the same gesture but from right to left.
Clock, 12:34, contacts.
Now let's go back 2 icons forward and we're going to get into see the weather.
Clock, 12:34, weather.
What we have to do if we want to get into weather or in any of the icons, press twice, double-click anywhere on the screen.
Weather, Madrid, 12 OC, apparent temperature is 11 degrees Celsius, clouds and clears, maximum 14 degrees Celsius, minimum degrees Celsius.
Once there, we can move again through the different sections of information, making use of the same gesture from left to right.
It's forecast to be cloudy around 16:0 now, clouds and clears, 12 degrees Celsius.
And if I want to go back to the previous section, I make the same gesture but the other way round.
It's forecast to be cloudy around 16:0 hours.
If what I want is to leave this screen, I would have to make a gesture from the bottom of the screen to the top. Once outside, there's a slightly more advanced gesture, but that too can be useful. It's the rotor, which is like a gesture in which we put 2 fingers on the screen and we do a twist imitating the opening or closing of a tap.
Language, Spanish, Spain.
With the rotor, we see different ways to interact with the screen. For example, we can read the content by words. Headings. By headings, which are very useful on complex screens in which the programmers have established like areas of navigation.
Containers. Speech speed 50%.
We can even choose the speed of speech. I now have it at 50%, but my usual way is faster, and with a gesture from the bottom upwards I can increase this value.
55%, 60%, 65%, 70%, 75%, 80%. If what I want is to bring it down again, I make that same gesture, but from the top downwards. 75%, 70%, 65%, 60%, 55%, 50%.
We can keep doing the rotor to move through the different options. This gesture is just as valid if we turn to the left words or to the right.
Speed of speech, containers, headings, language, Spanish, Spain.
Valencian Government Department of Innovation, Industry, Trade and Tourism. Digital Divide Observatory. Chair of Digital Divide and Functional Diversity. Polytechnic University of Valencia Center for Quality Management and Change Social Group ONC, eDecatic.com.